when I first started writing too, I was very much a discovery writer. I would just have an idea and I would sit down and write it. That didn't always go super well. And sometimes the second draft was a grueling process, just a terrible process, to be honest with you. And it was because when you start out with just an idea, you let yourself go wherever. Sometimes that's really cool, but sometimes you end up in a place where you're like, how in the world did I get here? And this is no longer a story. So you have to back up and figure things out and move forward. So I was writing the second book in my first trilogy that was actually commercially successful. And I was like, you know what? If I knew the ending, I was about two-thirds of the way through, and I'm like, if I knew the ending of this book, it'd be much easier and faster to finish writing it. Huh, okay. So I actually outlined the last third of the book. And this is like I was an English guy and a story structure guy, so it's not like I didn't know how to outline. I just didn't. So I outlined the last part of it, and sure enough, man, that process was easier and it was faster. And I thought, man, maybe there's something to this. So my next book, of course, I started with an idea, and only about a third of the way through it, I was like, you know what? If I knew the end of this familiar story, right? So then I planned out the rest of it. And so my next book, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to plan the book. Let's see what happens. And man, my writing process was much faster. My first draft was better. My revisions went faster. Everything about it went faster. And I was like, huh, okay, maybe there's something to this planning thing. And so I started to find different ways to plan things. And I started with like whiteboards and corkboards and all that kind of stuff. And eventually, which is a long way around to say, eventually I found Plottr and was like, okay, this is a game changer for me because now I can clean my office, make my wife happy, and but also this is just a much more powerful way to do the things I was trying to do in other ways. Just gave me the right tool to do that
Right.
and make it happen easier.